Hello guys, it's your boy TK, and we are here to do like a body studying video. So what I had in mind while doing this video was like, I wanted you guys to understand better how the body works, but I didn't want to overcomplicate it because like that's just not my style, you know? So like, Happy New Year first of all. And in this video we're gonna see like very simple drawings, very like sketchy, very rough, because like the main focus here is like to portray my own vision on how bodies work and how I do understand it, and how I want a lot of you guys to understand it too, because it will help your guys' lives a lot. You will be able to go out of this video not being like a professional on how the body works, but you will be able to understand every reference and every anatomy book from now on, and this helps a lot. So like my goal here is to make your life easier, but not like, you know, teach you every single thing, because it's a short video too. I don't want to waste time. I want to be fast, I want to be precise, and I want to be like, I want to have fun, you know. No one has fun watching like 10-hour video. So let's do it. My English is it fucking sucks, so I hope like you guys don't mind it. I'm trying my best, okay? So yeah, let's jump right in. Don't judge me by my style of teaching. I know it will work for a lot of you guys, and it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking simple. You guys will get it. You guys will see. I hope you guys are happy. In the video, you might also notice that it's like very fast paced and like I give very little details about stuff. But like by repetition, by the end of the video, you are gonna be understanding stuff way better. So just like trust the process, I guess, and give me feedback maybe on the parts I can make even better for you guys. Thank you so much. Let's go. So the first thing we're gonna work on is this little box. We're gonna use boxes a lot in this project, like in this learning process. So boxes will be like our best friends, boxes and cylinders at most. Like boxes with rectangular shapes will help us guide our brain to learn how the bones work and the muscles work and stuff. And we're gonna use like a lot of different types of boxes and just 3D shapes, very simple. Now for the torso, we are starting to understand that it's angled in this front part, you know, so we can start to see how the angles work. So like you can see that we have this shape right here, and when we trace these types of lines, we can see better how it's like on the 3D scheme of stuff, you know. So we can see it's a little round and shit. So that's how like the torso works for now. That's like what we are working with. We have this angle that goes down, and we also have this little curvature that we are able to, so like if we see from another angles, we can understand that it's like a very circular thing, you know. It's very round. Even though we are using boxes for the bases, like it's a very round shape, and you gotta respect all these angles too, you know. So here we have like, and then, like for now the drawings will look a little garbage, but like I will pick it up. Like I think I just woke up, it was like 3 a.m. when I was drawing, but I'll pick it up and you guys will understand everything. Collarbones, I think, yeah, that's how it's called actually. The collarbones, they are very important for the constructions and stuff. So you see how it works. Like we're gonna explain part by part. Now I'm also doing a lot of boxes to show you guys like how it fits on the body, you know. Because if we work with this here, we can do a lot better when the character bends. Because this line will kind of connect with this line a little bit, and we will have like a good bending of the human body, and we can see it now in this example here. Like we have the body here, a box of the belly, and another box in the bottom. And like when we bend, we're gonna have this. Imagine this box has the angle I did here. gonna have the box like working pretty well, so we can even like put a little effort to finish it. And when we see, we're gonna have the human body bending a little bit. So yeah, when we bend, it's not gonna have this big separation in the middle. We're gonna just like overlap the parts, you know. For this part, we can know the box can also do some crazy angles like this, you know. We can angle the torso of the body this way too. We can angle it, we can angle sideways, we can angle up and down, and we can twist it a little bit too, you know. So yeah, like this is a little sketch from above just to show how much we are doing on the angle part. And this is a little bit on the showing how we can twist it, you know. The body twists a little bit, and when you twist, this is like the almost the max amount of twist you can put in a body, you know. So here in this example now we are showing another example of a twist, like where we have this. This is the simplification of the torso, and we have like the body twisting a lot again. And that's basically how it works. Like here, we're gonna have the body following. Let's try to put some shoulders on our drawing now as well. So let's see what we have. Like we have the box, and then we have this little shape for the thorax, like it doesn't to be accurate at all. We have the angles. We have the shoulders that are like, the shoulders are shapes a little bit like this, you know, like they are C shapes. They're like shells that involve the arm on it. So when we are drawing, we can put a lot of importance on the shoulders, you know. This is the shape more or less. It's kind of a shell that revolves the arm. We have this little shape for the collarbone that we are gonna use a lot. It's placed right above the rib cage, yeah. So yeah, we have the shoulder, and you can see we have different rotation from for that little shell we have, like, and where it rotates is where the arm will be rotated towards. You see, like here, the shell is rotated like outwards. What we would like to do is to understand how the shoulder works. So the shoulder will be always like, if you do a C with your hand and you put it in a shoulder, it will be always like this, and you can follow, you can track the movement if you do like this, and you are gonna understand that a little better now. This is the little shell we were talking about. Can you see? Can you see what the shell is doing? It's rotating together with the arms, you know, and we can see how the chest muscle is also pulling, and that's how the chest muscle works, and that's what it is for, you know. It's connected directly to the shoulders, and it takes this shape above the rib cage. So let's go, you see? The chest muscle is pulled up. The chest muscle is pulled up. The chest muscle is, let's see it. You see how it follows the shoulder. You see how it follows the shoulder, leaving a gap here between the back, the arm. See the back, chest, and the arm, forming the armpit. And here's the rest of a rib cage. And this gap is the armpit of the human body. You see? It pulls the chest muscle up. It pulls the chest muscle up, and that's important to know. The back muscle will come from the back around here, and that's very important too. Now for me, that's the toughest part. That is a forearm. The forearm will be this type of twisting shape. If you look at your arm right now and you hold your biceps, you're gonna know that when you twist the arm, the whole forearm, the whole humerus stays in shape, stays in the same place, and this part twists. And that's an important thing about the hands, you know. When drawing, you're gonna know that this is the natural position, and when you go pronated, that is hand down, you twist. It's literally a twist of the bone, you know. So let's try to understand it. This part will be always pinned to the arm, and will be always pinned here, like it will never move, but this part will move, this part will change shape, and this part will twist. So that's how it mostly works, you know. You do this type of connection here, like a little parallel, and the bottom part is the part that always tilts and twists to make the forearm movement. So here we can see we can put the collarbone up, we can put the shoulders, we can put the chest muscle, we know how the rib cage works, we know how the belly works, we don't know how the legs work yet, but we're gonna get there. Here we can always put our biceps and we can show the twist following the muscles there, and that's easy. You see? The forearm muscle, you follow the twist perfectly. So you see, it comes like this when we are pronated, and we can, you see the muscle here? This is, I think, the brachioradialis or some shit. And it gets like, it's okay here, it's free, you can look at your own arm, it makes it like 10 times easier. You can look at it, and when you twist, you see the muscle doing a twist too, you know? And one thing that it's cool to know too, the direction of the elbow will be always the opposite direction of the biceps. Like the elbows will always be behind the biceps, and that was a very cool thing for me to notice at the time. Like I got very fucking happy when I noticed it. So yeah, good representation for the arm can be this little plank for the biceps, and we will know this will always be the front part of the bicep, this little connection, and we know that every time we switch the direction, it twists. And we're gonna have the shoulder here doing this. Remember, it's the shell, it's the C shape that we involves the bicep. We're gonna know that the chest is always connected to the shoulder. We're gonna know that we have a rib cage and that we have both arms. Then we can do this whatever way we want, now that we know the direction. Putting another plank on the wrist can be very fucking good to show the direction of the hand. That's like very, very important on the twist of the forearm, you know? So yeah, here we can do a lot of schemes to know, like we are using boxes as always. Box, cylinder, box, cylinder. And we use this type of simplification to make it easy, and I will show you how. So let's go. You know, we have the collarbones here. And we have this limitation on the collarbones to connect the shoulders, you know. We have the shell involved in the shoulder, and the shell will always be connected to this part of the collarbone. We have the shell, and then we have the bicep. That is a plank, because the bicep will be forward. And we know that. And by that, we can connect our little thingy on the side here, and we can make the twist of the forearm. And now we understand literally everything. We know that the elbow will be here, and we know that this is the shape we want. We'll do the same thing forward. We have the shell, the C shape, and then we have the bicep going forward, and we have this little simple connection and the twist. By that, we can know that the chest is connected to the shoulder muscle. We have the rib cage, we have the bicep, and we have the forearm muscles and the hand, and so on and so forth. I hope you guys understand it. This part is pretty fucking simple. This bone, I like to simplify it with a box. And then we do like this little, what is it called? It's just like boxers and stuff, you know? These little shorts, and we're gonna make this cut forward, and we're gonna explain more about it soon. So yeah, and it's like a ball with a cut forward. Like if you understand the ball, you're gonna understand everything. So we have this angle for the legs, and we're gonna explain it more too. So don't worry. So yeah, about this shape, about these boxes, we already know how it works. We already know how the rib cage works. We know that we already know how the shape works. So yeah, we know that when the collarbone go up and down, it's what makes our shoulders go up and down, because it's connected. So we put our shoulders up, our shells will be like arched like this. We have the chest connected. We have the back behind the shoulder, and this gap between the rib cage, chest, and back will be able to form the armpit. And then we're gonna have this little bow thingy on the front that has this little depression in the back. And that's just what we want for the shape. We have this angle for the leg bones, and we can build the legs Let's try it again. Let's try it from other direction. We have the rib cage that it's angled like this. We have the little bow thingy. It's angled down. It's small here, and we have the leg connections. It's over. We are mastering the human body. We can always do shoulder, chest, shoulder, arm, back muscle, armpit. And GG's. Aren't we doing so fucking good? Are you guys being able to understand it too now? From the side, we have like the rib cage is kind of tilted this way. The belly never is like reaching this direction. Like the belly on the back, it ends a little bit forward, you know? It's like a little bit inside. But here, it goes outside. And then we have this bone angled too. We have the hold, then we have the hold here, you know? And this hold will be here. And the legs make an angle. And that's cool, we're gonna understand better this part soon. And by doing this little big simplification here, and by doing, we can understand better the shape of this bone. We know that it have this little S shape here. It goes from the side of your body, goes down, and it goes a little bit forward. And you're always gonna respect this S shape. When we do these big circles here, right on the side, you know the leg bone does this angle. But when we do this big circle, we know that this is the side of the thigh. And like simple as that, we can always like work on it. We can always put the stuff on. We have the back of the rib cage here. We have this little panty shape with the connections for the legs and stuff. And by doing this, we can do the little folds of the human body that show where the fat is folding. And this also shows the angles. Like when we're putting these angles in the human body, we want the tip of our rib cage to be reaching the tip of this bone too, you know. So that's how we do this type of inclination and this type of angle. And this part will be more stretched, but we can still follow like we have the belly, like we follow the cylinder as always. And you have these bones making like protrusions on the body and shit. You know, they're making like volumes and shit. And we have the arms, you know how it work. Box, rib cage. This bone that look like a ball, leg, and here we are twisting the fat again. By twisting the fat, we can understand by doing this little box right here. You know how to twist. Well, this is the front part, this is the side part, and this is how it works. You know, the fat will be always getting this type of twist, and you gotta be mindful of it. You gotta use your imagination and understand the places where the fat gets more localized, like gets more concentrated. Yeah, that's what I want to say. For sure, guys. And that's how we do this. How I do it's pretty fucking simple. Let's keep going. Here we can see both from the side. We know that we have angles here. We have these little flaps on our rib cages. And now we're gonna see where the fat goes, where the belly goes. So yeah, we have one layer for the belly. This will be like the upper part of our abs. And then we have the lower part of the abs. It works pretty fucking well. And it's always on the front part of the little bone that we have, you know. And that's good to know, because from the side of this will come these little circles and the leg bone, and then we will have these big circles that I showed you guys before that makes the thighs, like the sides of the thighs and shit. And we know that it doesn't do this type of volume, it goes on side. They wrap, they go forward, but they don't go very out in the back. So now here we have here we have the bone that looks like a ball, and we can do the legs on it because we know there's a bone here. Here we determine the side of the thingy, and the bone will go down. And by doing this, we can know that this side here, it takes 3 muscles, and this is very important to remember because it's like the main shape of the leg. Let's give a little look at the glutes. I understand they're very connected to the. Remember that we have a depression, a little curve in the back of our bones. Here we're gonna connect the glute muscles, and when you're drawing the glute muscles from behind like this, we we wanna respect that it's not above the leg like this, you know. You have this type of connection that is very fucking cool to draw, and it has like this upper part that is connected to the bone. It wraps a little bit on the body, wraps a little bit, wraps a little bit, and when it comes back, we have this little butterfly shape, and it's very cool to respect. By doing the back too, we gotta always know we have this little angle, because we know it doesn't wrap completely, it goes on side a little bit. So let's keep drawing. When we do our boxes, we have the rib cage, we have the bone there, we have the leg bones and stuff and stuff and stuff. We're gonna have these two very cool parts of the back that I forgot the name. It's a scapula. And I'm gonna explain it better. We always know that, like, according to the amount of fat, we have more butt or more leg, but like, if it's not like very huge amount of fat, we'll have more leg, the leg will be above this part, like connected to the butt. On the side of the butt, you always have the largest part of the thighs too. That's very nice. Here we have the main thigh muscle, the knee joint, and we're gonna understand, like, from the knee we have this angle hub, and we have three big muscle connections here. They are very important. From this part too, we're gonna have those three muscles that go up too. So it is always simple to follow. The calves, we will always have this little shape, where this little angle down. Whee! We have like this big diamond shaped muscle on the back, and the rest is a little bit like pretty much straight. We have the back, like the hamstring muscle it's called, and it's like you see more of the front muscle when you're seeing from the back. Then you see the back muscle, like the front muscle will still be making a lot of volume, and you'll still be able to see it a lot, you know. And we have the butt, and you have the same thing on the other side. You can always pause to take more look at it. Here we have all the same representation for the legs, where we have the both angles. We have the calf muscle that is a little bigger to one side than the other. But we have this huge part here that we already know, and we have those three muscles here behind that we know too. Yeah, this is the simplest thing we can always think about when you're doing logs. So let's do it again. A little bit from the side here. We know that we have this angle from the muscle. We have the rest of the muscles that connect to the knee here, the back part of the knee that we already saw too, and the calves. How do you pronounce this word? I don't know. And it's always connected to this little bowl looking bone, and we have these bones and stuff. So yeah, we do square. We know the rib cage and how it works, and now we're gonna have this shape. Pay attention. It's meow. It's a little square shape. It's a little triangular shape with this little details here, and you're gonna see more of it. This shape here, the scapula, is this big shape here that we can find. Like, you already know the shape is a little square shape, like is a little triangular, and we can find, and it can be open like this for when we want to put our shoulders forward, and we can always put them back and contract them like this, you know. They're gonna be closer to each other like this. It's very fucking cool. They are always connected to this back side of the collarbone and stuff, so yeah, we already know where to put them. So yeah, after watching this video, your main task will be to go, you're gonna open the parts that you are interested in knowing more details about. What I showed there was just like a representation, so your mind can understand how it works, you know. But like, you're gonna learn way better if you go and look at the parts like exactly how they are, and you try to apply right now in your drawings. And that's how you learn, and I hope I helped you.